तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे कॉन्फ्रेंस में जहां हम सब मिले 2 दिन संग रहे बस ज्ञान ही ज्ञान मिले.
Came to Ahmedabad. I assumed we have breakfast today, right? What happened to your energy? Once again, came to Ahmedabad. Well, hello everyone. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's session as well as the cultural event as much as we did. I am Divya Mundada.
And I, Yoshika Dayani.
And we have the pleasure of guiding you through the first motivational session for the day. So, get ready for more insightful discussion, wealth of knowledge, and of course, the power punch of motivation.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather round. I am the maestro with the mic, sound to astound. In the spotlight, we stand with grace, as your master of ceremony, setting the pace. Now, I would like to request Mr. Piyush Kumar Borisa, Treasurer, Ahmedabad branch of WICASA of ICAI, to escort CA Mangesh Kindre, Chairman of SSEB BOS Operation, Professor Anil Kumar Gupta, sir, and CA Sunil H. Talati, past President ICAI.
The weight of words is often felt through our emotion and not just their literal meaning. Welcome can be written on walls, but its true essence comes from the warmth it carries.
So, as we all know, in the field of chartered accountants, the significance of financial profession lies not only in managing fiscal matters, but also in upholding integrity and ethics.
Okay.
Hey Divya, why are you sounding so low?
Look, each student over here, including you and me, we are pursuing this course to have CA as a prefix before our name. Do you agree?
Yes, I do.
But, students are often grappled with the intensity and vastness of this course, the time management, and of course, the stress. Additionally, staying updated with ever-evolving provisions and laws add another level of difficulties and headaches. After a certain period of time, we find ourselves losing hopes and we are trapped on the stagnant page. पढ़ पढ़ के अब हम पक चुके हैं, पढ़ पढ़ के अब हम पक चुके हैं, हारे नहीं हैं, बस अब थक चुके हैं, बस अब थक चुके हैं.
You know what? It's really not you talking. It's that negative mindset putting brakes on your journey towards your goals.
Wait a minute. What is negative mindset?
A negative mindset involves a pessimistic outlook where individuals focus on obstacles, limitations, rather than embracing challenges and learning from failure.
Wow. But how can some master such skill?
By cultivating growth mindset.
And for the same, I would like to request Professor Anil Kumar Gupta sir. He is the founder of Honeybee Network, Srishti, Gyan, NIF, previously held as Executive Vice Chairman at National Innovation Foundation. He was awarded Padma Shri Award in 2004 among the many courses he is developed at IIM Ahmedabad over his course of around 36 years. The Shodh Yatra is one of the most popular one. His list of achievement goes on and on. So without any further ado, I would like to request sir on the dais.
Good morning, friends. I have come with a specific purpose today to talk about how do we become a purposeful CA through transformation of our functions. And I will be sharing with you 5 functions that I think a CA must, may or should perform. And I am quite sure that when we talk about this, you will also realize the need for harnessing both the goals that you have set for the conference, integrity and innovation. And I will discuss them one by one. Please remember that this platform that we are going to talk about, HPN Kriya platform, is about Honeybee Network creativity and inclusive innovations. How can you be part of this platform? Let me talk about this platform, which is about innovations that each one of you is capable of doing. And I'm expecting the organizers to share our announcement with each one of you so that you can be participant in this great contest. And I hope to see some of you at the National Award function. This is a competition for creative minds who will perform these 5 functions. The first function, of course, is ethical professional practice. Many of you know that large number of entrepreneurs do not have full picture of how the business can be conducted in a society so complex as ours, without compromising, without cutting corners. Please remember, anyone who tries to seek success through cutting corners doesn't go very far. And there have been attempts where people have tried to cut corners, and in the process, either they have got on the wrong side of morality or wrong side of the law, both of which are avoidable. So how do we become an ethical practitioner? And the point is very simple, that there are large number of entrepreneurs who want to be good, to feel good about themselves. And one of the yardsticks that I have found in my life, which may be useful to you, is when you feel good about yourself, you may be quite sure that your conduct is meaningful. Whenever we don't feel good about ourselves, it is the point at which a doubt arises in our mind whether I am pursuing the right goal. Right goal with the right means. The second function that a CA can perform is cross-pollination. And I'll give you some examples. You go for audit to a company and you find some very interesting practice. Now, can you share that practice with other firms so that they can also learn from each other? Just like the honeybee does the cross-pollination, the flowers don't feel short-changed, they attract the bees. Can we make sure that we are the propagator of creative, innovative practices from one firm to another? And this is something that must happen at a very large scale, where a creative practice in one firm gets translated to another firm. Let me give you one small example. I was giving a lecture at Pune, and the proprietor of the company mentioned about experience. When the auditors came, they saw a lot of water dripping from the air conditioner. This water was nothing but distilled water. You understand? When the water drips from the air conditioner, it is distilled water. This company was buying a lot of distilled water. So the point was very simple, that if you collect this water, your cost can go down. Now, this is a very small example where you could help cut the cost by harnessing the energy and resources much more meaningfully. There are many other examples that I have come across where accountants have helped cross-pollinate ideas from one firm to another. The third function is promoting innovations, on which I will spend more time today. How can you promote innovations? How can you generate new ideas by which the firms can become much more efficient and also effective? One of the key principles of future regime of innovation is open innovation. Innovations where we collaborate more than compete. You must have heard a great deal about competition in marketplace, but the future will belong to collaborative people who collaborate in the marketplace, not just competition. One reason China has grown so much is that there is a huge degree of cooperation among the entrepreneurs, though they are individual, and in some aspect, they may also be competing with each other. How can competition and collaboration take place simultaneously and cyclically is a challenge that future innovators will have to learn. And this is a challenge that you can all contribute towards. The fourth is meaningful CSR. Now, all the firms which are beyond a particular level, say 5 crores or more, are supposed to spend some money for corporate social responsibility. I was in the high-level committee of the government which made this obligatory. Earlier it was voluntary, now it is mandatory. And how can you suggest the meaningful CSR opportunities to the companies so that they can integrate themselves not just within the 20 miles of their plant or 20 kilometers of their plant, but also with far off regions. And this requires that we can try and be purposeful in linking them with far corners of the country. Maybe Kashmir, maybe Northeast, maybe Central India, the regions which have not received as much development and are in need of social responsibility investments are the regions where you could make investments. We could encourage the firm to make investments. And the last point is the most important one. The last function of a CA is the most important one. Larger than life goals. It is very easy to achieve. तो मैं बोल रहा था कि जो ज़िंदगी की मंजिलें हैं, हमारी पहुंच और हमारी क्षमता के अंदर अगर हमारे सपने होंगे तो हम बहुत दूर नहीं जा पाएंगे. If the dreams that you have are within your competence and capacity, you will not achieve much. How do you dream beyond your capacity and beyond your competence? Because then you have to learn a lot. फिर सीखना पड़ता है ज़िंदगी में बहुत कुछ. जो हमारी क्षमता और स्किल के बियॉन्ड होता है, ज़्यादा होता है, तब हमें बहुत तेज़ी से सीखना पड़ता है. तो इसलिए लार्जर देन लाइफ गोल, यानी कि वो मंजिलें जो बहुत दूर लगती हैं लेकिन जिनको पाना बहुत ज़रूरी है, वो भी एक फंक्शन है सीए का, कि कैसे आप हमारे एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के सपनों को बड़ा करें. छोटे सपने, छोटी दुनिया, छोटी उपलब्धि, देश कभी तरक्की नहीं कर पाएगा उनसे. तो इसलिए हमें सोचना है कि किस तरीके से हम अपने सोचने की क्षमता को अनफ्रीज़ करें. हाउ डू वी अनफ्रीज़ आवर इमेजिनेशन. बहुत आसान है छोटे सपने देखना, लेकिन बड़े सपनों देखने के लिए बड़ा दिल और बड़ा दिमाग चाहिए. दोनों चीज़ें बड़ी होनी चाहिए. खाली दिल से काम नहीं चलेगा, खाली दिमाग से काम नहीं चलेगा. और उसके लिए क्या करना है, ये देख रहे हैं आप पिक्चर. एक बतख है इसमें से जो अलग दिशा में जा रही है. वो मेरी फेवरेट बतख है, क्योंकि बाकी सब तो वही कर रहे हैं जो सब लोग कर रहे हैं, भेड़ चाल है वो. लेकिन एक होता है जो अलग चलता है, जो अलग राह दिखाता है. और हमको सबको कोशिश करनी है कि उस अकेली राह पे चलने वाले व्यक्ति, अकेली चाह पे चलने वाले एंटरप्रेन्योर, अकेली चाह पर राह पे चलने वाले इनोवेटर को हम पहचानें और उसके साथ चलें. तो इसके लिए ज़रूरी है कि हम समझें कि हनी बी नेटवर्क करता क्या था. इट गिव्स वॉइस, विजिबिलिटी एंड वेलोसिटी टू क्रिएटिव माइंड्स. आवाज़ देता है, पहचान देता है और रफ्तार देता है. रफ्तार देने में आप लोगों का योगदान बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होने वाला है. आवाज़ और पहचान तो हमने दे दिया. हमने राष्ट्रपति जी से सम्मान दिलवाया, इनोवेटर्स को उनके घर पे ठहराया, राष्ट्रपति भवन में ठहराया, वो हमको कर सके थे. लेकिन बिज़नेस में कैसे उनका बिज़नेस बढ़े, इसमें आप लोगों की भूमिका है. और मैं तो यहाँ तक कहूँगा, आप में से कितने लोगों ने स्टार्टअप के साथ, किसी स्टार्टअप के एंटरप्रेन्योर के साथ बात की है? ज़रा हाथ खड़ा कीजिए. बहुत कम लोगों ने. मेरा एक सुझाव है, तलाटी जी, ये बात आगे बढ़ानी है हमको दिल्ली तक. हर स्टार्टअप के साथ एक सीए स्टूडेंट वॉलंटरी लगा दे दिए. देश में हज़ारों, दसियों हज़ार, 1 लाख अगर स्टार्टअप हैं तो 1 लाख सीए के विद्यार्थी उन स्टार्टअप के साथ काम करें. क्योंकि जो स्टार्टअप होता है, जनरली टेक्नोलॉजी का इनोवेशन है या किसी का इनोवेशन है, उसको अकाउंट का कुछ पता नहीं होता है. और शुरू में वो गलती करेगा तो हमेशा के लिए गलती में फंस जाएगा वो. आप उन स्टार्टअप्स के अकाउंट्स को मैनेज करके उनको एफिशिएंट तरीके से बहुत तेज़ी से आगे बढ़ने के लिए प्रेरित कर सकते हैं. ये एक सुझाव है. अगर आज की मीटिंग का ये सुझाव भी आगे बढ़ गया तो मुझे लगता है बहुत बड़ा काम हो जाएगा. क्योंकि हमारे स्टार्टअप बहुत स्ट्रगल करते हैं थोड़े से पैसे से. बहुत सारे बूट स्ट्रैप करते हैं. बूट स्ट्रैप माने अपने पैसे से ही अपना उद्यम लगाते हैं, उनको कहीं से पैसा मिलता नहीं है. ऐसे में तो पैसा बहुत कीमती हो जाता है ना फिर. तो इसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हर स्टूडेंट, आप में से जितने यहाँ बैठे हैं, एक स्टार्टअप के साथ जुड़ जाइए और उनको आगे बढ़ने का मौका दीजिए, उनके साथ बढ़िए. गुजरात में एक स्कीम है SSIP की, स्टूडेंट स्टार्टअप स्कीम है. तो उसमें बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को सपोर्ट मिल रहा है गुजरात गवर्नमेंट से. आप लोग भी उनके साथ जुड़ जाइए. एक बात ध्यान रखना भाई, द डे आई एम नॉट सरप्राइज्ड आई हैव नॉट लिव्ड. जिस दिन आपको विस्मय नहीं हुआ, आश्चर्य नहीं हुआ किसी बात पर, उस दिन आप जिए नहीं. सिर्फ एग्जिस्ट थे, उपस्थित थे दुनिया में, लेकिन जीवित नहीं थे. आप जीवंत नहीं थे. एक मोमेंट आना चाहिए 24 घंटे में जब आप कहें, अरे ऐसा तो मुझे पता नहीं था. One moment you should experience in every 24 hours when you say, my God, I didn't know this. इन दैट मोमेंट ऑफ सरप्राइज यू ग्रो इनॉर्मसली, बहुत आपकी तेज से तरक्की होती है उसके अंदर। ये एक बात समझने की है, हमारे पास जानकारी इतनी ज़्यादा है, भावनाएं इतनी कम हैं और काम तो बहुत कम करते हैं हम लोग, बातें बहुत करते हैं। मैं आपसे पूछूं कितने लोग हैं जिनका अपलोड टू डाउनलोड रेशो 1 से ज़्यादा है? अपलोड टू डाउनलोड रेशो, हाथ खड़ा करो भाई, सुन रहे हो मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ? अपलोड ज़्यादा करते हो, डाउनलोड कम करते हो, ऐसे लोग कितने हैं? कोई नहीं है ना। ये दिक्कत है। हमारा देश विश्व गुरु कभी नहीं बनेगा अगर हमारा अपलोड टू डाउनलोड रेशो नहीं बढ़ा। आप क्यों डाउनलोड करते हैं दुनिया भर का कंटेंट? क्योंकि दुनिया वाले शेयर करते हैं। जिनका कंटेंट डाउनलोड कर रहे हो वो लोग लीडर हैं, हम लोग फॉलोवर हैं, हम लोग कंज्यूमर हैं उनकी नॉलेज के। अगर हमारी नॉलेज का कंज्यूमर उनको बनाना है तो हमें अपने विचारों को बांटना पड़ेगा, हमें अपने आइडियाज़ को अपलोड करना पड़ेगा। आप में से हर एक को कम से कम 500 शब्द का अपना विचार हर रोज़ नहीं तो हर सप्ताह अपलोड करना चाहिए। तब तो हमारे देश का नाम ऊपर जाएगा, हमारे विचारों को पूछेगा। और कई बार आपको ऐसे दोस्त मिल जाएंगे आपके विचार को बढ़ाने के लिए जिनको आप जानते नहीं हैं। मुझे अगर किसी स्ट्रेंजर का मेल नहीं आए हर रोज़ तो मुझे लगता है यार मेरा तो वजूद ख़त्म हो गया। 8 बिलियन लोगों में से किसी को मेरे काम की चिंता नहीं। मैंने तो बहुत सारे पेपर शेयर किए हैं, बहुत सारी इनोवेशन शेयर किया है। तो इसलिए अपने आप को ऐसे स्टैंडर्ड बनाने पड़ेंगे हमको कि हम लोगों का अपलोड टू डाउनलोड रेशो बढ़े। ये इनोवेशन का तरीका बड़ा सरल है समझने का। 4 डायमेंशन होती हैं: मेथड, मटेरियल, एप्लीकेशन एंड डिलीवरी सिस्टम। 4 में से कम एक नई होनी चाहिए। या तो मेथड नया हो, या तो मटेरियल नया हो, या तो एप्लीकेशन नया हो। एस्पिरिन की गोली हम खाते थे सिर दर्द के लिए, जब इसका उपयोग हुआ ब्लड थिनर के तौर पर तो एक नया एप्लीकेशन आ गया। वो नया एप्लीकेशन इनोवेशन थी। उबेर ने कोई भी नया काम नहीं किया। पहले भी टैक्सी चलती थी, पहले भी हम बुक करते थे, पहले भी पेमेंट कर सकते थे ऑनलाइन, लेकिन उन्होंने जो एग्रीगेट किया, डिलीवरी सिस्टम जो बनाया, वो खाली नया था। बाकी मेथड, मटेरियल, एप्लीकेशन वो सब पुराना था। तो एचबीएन क्रिया क्या तलाश कर रहा है? एचबीएन क्रिया के अंदर आप लोग भेज सकते हो अपने नए आइडियाज़, चाहे उसमें मटेरियल नया हो, मेथड नया हो, एप्लीकेशन नया हो, या इवन डिलीवरी सिस्टम नया हो। वो आइडियाज़ को आप सबके आइडियाज़ का हमें इंतज़ार है। ये बात ध्यान रखनी है कि किसी भी डोमेन में हो, आपका हेल्थ केयर में हो सकते हैं आइडियाज़, आपके बिजनेस के अंदर हो सकते हैं, आपके आइडियाज़ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में हो सकते हैं, आपके आइडियाज़ लॉजिस्टिक्स में हो सकते हैं, आपके आइडियाज़ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में हो सकते हैं, आपके आइडियाज़ इवन अकाउंटिंग में हो सकते हैं। बहुत सारे फिनटेक के एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आ रहे हैं आजकल। गिफ्ट सिटी पूरा का पूरा बना है इसलिए कि फिनटेक की इनोवेशंस का सबसे बड़ा सेंटर, साउथ एशिया का मैं कह सकता हूँ, बहुत बड़ा सेंटर अपने यहाँ गुजरात में बना है। वहाँ बहुत सारी सुविधाएं मिल रही हैं उन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को जो फिनटेक के सेक्टर में इनोवेशंस करेंगे। आप भी कर सकते हैं, आप भी नए नए तरीके ढूंढ सकते हैं जिससे कम साधन से ज़्यादा लोगों को फ़ायदा हो जाए, जल्दी से फ़ायदा हो जाए। तो इसलिए इनोवेशन का ग्राउंड तो तैयार हो चुका है। अब उस ग्राउंड में बीज बोने हैं, और बीज बोने का काम आप लोग करेंगे, जिसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप अपने तरीके से सोचें, टीम बनाएं अपनी। अकेला हम बहुत दूर नहीं जा सकते हैं, टीम बनानी ज़रूरी है। और टीम में कोशिश करिए कि आप जैसे लोग नहीं हों, हमसे अलग लोग हों, जो हमसे विभिन्न राय रखते हैं। डाइवर्सिटी इज़ द सोल ऑफ एसेंस ऑफ क्रिएटिविटी। अगर हमारे विचारों में विभिन्नता नहीं होगी तो हम रचनात्मक नहीं बन सकते, सृजनशील नहीं बन सकते। इसलिए विभिन्नता, जब टीम बनाओ तो अपने जैसे लोग मत ढूंढो, जो लोग हमसे अलग राय रखते हैं उनको ढूंढो। दोस्ती एक जगह है और एंटरप्रेन्योर टीम दूसरी जगह है। एंटरप्रेन्योर टीम में दोस्ती होती है तो अच्छी बात है, लेकिन डाइवर्सिटी होनी बहुत ज़रूरी। डाइवर्सिटी इज़ ए नेसेसरी कंडीशन, नॉट ए सफिशिएंट बट नेसेसरी कंडीशन। तो यह बात आपको ध्यान रखनी है कि किस तरीके से हम करेंगे और किस तरीके से हम लोग मैपिंग टैपिंग को करेंगे, इनोवेशन को, और कैपिंग करेंगे इनर्शिया को। इनर्शिया मतलब चल रहा है तो चलने दो, फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता। बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जिसमें हमारे एंटरप्रेन्योर्स गलतियां करते हैं। आप में से पता होगा, आपने कुछ ने अनुभव भी किया होगा जब आपने आर्टिकलशिप की होगी, कि कैश टू क्रेडिट सेल्स जो हैं, इसमें बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप मात खा जाते हैं। माल अच्छा है उनका, ऑर्डर्स आ रहे हैं, क्रेडिट में दे दिया बहुत सारा, थोड़ी देर में पता चला कैश फ्लो ख़त्म हो गया उनका, वर्किंग कैपिटल कैश इन हैंड नहीं है, बिजनेस बंद हो जाता है। जबकि उनका माल अच्छा था, ऑर्डर ज़्यादा थे, मार्केट में उनकी चीज़ पसंद की जा रही थी, फिर भी फेल हो गए। तो आप लोगों को कोशिश करनी है कि उनको सिखाना भी है, और जो कहाँ पर जहाँ हम लोग नहीं सीख पाते हैं, कुछ चीज़ें होती हैं बहुत नुकसान करके आदमी सीखता है, उसको बिना नुकसान के सिखाएंगे तो काम आगे बढ़ जाएगा। तो मैं अंत में सिर्फ इतना ही करूँगा कि 2 बात, ये जो पैशन है आपकी लाइफ का, जुनून जिसको बोलते हैं, वो एक प्रक्रिया के ज़रिए एक उद्देश्य के लिए परफॉर्मेंस में कन्वर्ट होता है। यानी कि पैशन थ्रू अ प्रोसेस फॉर ए पर्पस गेट्स ए परफॉर्मेंस प्रोवाइडेड देयर इज ए प्लेटफॉर्म। फॉर इनोवेशन वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग यू ए प्लेटफॉर्म एचबीएन क्रिया, जिसमें आप लोगों को अपने पैशन को खाली काफ़ी नहीं है, उसके साथ में प्रोसेस भी होना चाहिए, उसके साथ में पर्पस भी होना चाहिए, तभी आपका प्लेटफॉर्म में आगे जाकर परफॉर्मेंस मिलेगी। इन सब को अलाइन करने के लिए थोड़ा तपस्या तो करनी पड़ती है, बिना तपस्या करे तो ये काम नहीं हो सकता है। तो ये ट्रायंगल हमने 97 में बनाया था, जब ज्ञान की स्थापना की गुजरात सरकार के साथ मिलकर, इनोवेशन, इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड एंटरप्राइज। आपके पास आइडिया है लेकिन आपके पास एंटरप्रेन्योरियल स्किल नहीं है, किसी के पास एंटरप्राइज का एक्सपीरियंस बहुत है लेकिन आइडिया नहीं है, और किसी के पास इन्वेस्टमेंट है। इन तीनों को जोड़ना है। आज बहुत सारे हाई नेटवर्थ इंडिविजुअल्स हैं जिनके आप ऑडिट करेंगे अकाउंट्स को, उनको एनकरेज करो कि जो नए नए स्टार्टअप आ रहे हैं, नए नए जो लोग अपना काम शुरू कर रहे हैं, उसमें वो इन्वेस्ट करें। अभी हाई नेटवर्थ इंडिविजुअल्स का अर्ली स्टेज के अंदर, सीड स्टेज में इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं आ रहा है हमारे देश में ज़्यादा। ये तलाटी जी आपको करवाना पड़ेगा, ताकि जो एक जैसे खेलते हैं, क्रिकेट का गेम खेलते हो, आप बैडमिंटन खेलते हो, इनोवेशन प्लेग्राउंड में भी खेलना है। नई नई इनोवेशंस को आप इन्वेस्ट करो, थोड़ा थोड़ा इन्वेस्ट करो, धीरे धीरे करके कुछ उनमें से सफल हो जाएंगे, आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट बाकी आ जाए, वापस आ जाएगा। और नहीं भी आएगा तो कम से कम आपने एक कोशिश तो की देश में कुछ नया करने की, देश के कुछ अच्छे बच्चों को आगे बढ़ाने की। तो इसलिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि ये ट्रायंगल जो देख रहे हैं आप, इनोवेशन, इन्वेस्टमेंट, एंटरप्राइज का, इस ट्रायंगल में इकोनॉमिक्स में हम एक कंसेप्ट पढ़ाते हैं, ट्रांजैक्शन कॉस्ट। इन तीनों की ट्रांजैक्शन कॉस्ट कम करनी है आपको। इनोवेटर की ट्रांजैक्शन कॉस्ट कम करो ताकि वो इनोवेटर एंटरप्रेन्योर को ढूंढ सके, एंटरप्रेन्योर की ट्रांजैक्शन कॉस्ट कम करो ताकि वो इन्वेस्टर को ढूंढ सके, इन्वेस्टर की ट्रांजैक्शन कॉस्ट कम करो ताकि वो दोनों को ढूंढ सके। ये तीनों को मिलाना इतना आसान नहीं है, लेकिन अगर आप लोग सब जुड़ जाएंगे इस जुम्बिश में, इस मुहिम में, तो ये काम आसान हो सकता है। क्योंकि इतने सारे स्टूडेंट्स अगर ढूंढेंगे कि कैसे हमको इन तीनों को जोड़ना है, तो ये काम बहुत आसानी से हो सकता है। मैं ये अंत में बता रहा हूँ, ये टेक्नोलॉजी हमने बनाई गुजरात में, 6 कम्युनिटीज़ के नॉलेज को लिया, उनको पूल किया, और पूल करके उसका एक नया प्रोडक्ट बना दिया। ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज से इनोवेशन पैदा की, और उस पैदा करके बाद उसको कंपनी को ट्राइका को लाइसेंस कर दिया। उन्होंने 6 कम्युनिटीज़ के लोगों को बुलाया, हर साल जो रॉयल्टी है वो इन 6 कम्युनिटीज़ को मनी ऑर्डर से चली जाती है। तो कितना अच्छा तरीका हो गया बिजनेस का, कि जिसमें आप भी ग्रो करो और वो कम्युनिटीज़ भी ग्रो करें जिनकी नॉलेज को आप हार्नेस कर रहे हैं। तो मैं ज़्यादा समय नहीं लूँगा, मेरा कहने का मकसद आज सिर्फ यही था कि आप लोग कोशिश करें कि कुछ नया करें, और जो नया कर रहे हैं उनको सपोर्ट करें। ज़रूरी नहीं होता हम सबके पास नया आइडिया होगा, लेकिन जिनके पास है उनको सपोर्ट करने का क्षमता हमारे पास है। आपके पास वो स्किल है जो सबसे ज़्यादा कीमती स्किल है, और वो आसानी से स्टार्टअप्स को या इनोवेटर्स को नहीं मिलता है। अगर आप चाहें तो आप उनके साथ जुड़कर इस देश की प्रगति में बहुत बड़े सहायक बन सकते हैं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Since sir has taken one subject, I will just highlight in a minute that Student Skill Enrichment Board has already launched, in fact, we had already launched a competition called Pitch Deck Competition. And let me tell you, sir, there was a huge response from the country for the Pitch Deck competition. And we conducted it from branch to region level, and then national finals were conducted in a startup summit in Geo World Center. And the ideas were appreciated by some of the investors. Frankly speaking, right now they are not gone that stage, but certainly there was a great appreciation. Second example I can tell you about our students, sir. Second example I'll tell you, very recently, 2 days before, I had a privilege, I was invited for a function, unique function in Godrej Agrovet Limited. We have an industrial training system. Yeah. So we have an industrial training system wherein there 12 industrial trainees were appointed there. And they had given one project, on-field project, and they were quite impressed that all those 12 students in a different locations, they gave them new insight in their internal control system, which were in fact completely new to them. And so they felicited all these industrial trainees, and this is a unique example. So our student app, suppose with your motivational speech will be tempted to give more ideas. And in Student Skill Enrichment Board, if you are ready, then we'll launch some new unique concept also on the basis of which sir has said. Thank you, sir.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for delivering such an engaging and thought-provoking speech. Sir, your contribution has added immense value to our gathering. Now I'd like to request Ms. Sara Saif, the delegate all the way from Sri Lanka, to present memento and bouquet to Professor Anil Kumar, sir. Now I'd like to request our guests to come together for a group photograph. And now we have, for the next guest among us, a personality that needs no introduction. CA Sunil Talati, sir. A member of ICAI for more than 30 years of standing, was elected as a council in 2001 and 2004. He was the first ever president of ICAI from Gujarat. He has held the post of Chairman Expert Advisory, Financial Reporting Review Board, Corporate and Allied Laws, Corporate Governance, and much more. Beside excellence in education and profession, he has held various posts in JAVIS. I would like to request, sir.
Well, friends, let me start complimenting and congratulating each one of you, because you must know you are one of the most luckiest lot amongst the chartered accountant students. And why I said so? Because when we were doing articles, there were no such student conference. साल में एक दफ़े एक conference होती थी, and that also at a different corner where you will not be allowed to go by your employer or your boss. You are lucky that your boss is sending you in this conference at his cost to see that you learn. That's point one. Point two, you are lucky that you are in a position to meet at such a wonderful place, which is considered to be the best meeting place in Ahmedabad. It still reminds me that when I was president, we had a conference in GMDC Hall, where the students' conference, the attendance was 3,000, and it was a record at that time. And I'm happy to learn that today you have crossed more than 3,300. So congratulations to each one of you. You are lucky that you had such a wonderful speakers yesterday, and you will be having more wonderful speakers today, including Swami Yanchand from BAPS. He's a wonderful speaker, and you will learn a lot from him. We had no such opportunities of various speakers. You are lucky that you are receiving services from WICASA students, regional council members, Ahmedabad branch and various branches representative, and central council members. At that time, for a student, even to see the face of a central council member was considered to be a dream. And you are lucky that central council members are reaching you and meeting you. Next, you are lucky because Indian economy is poised for a big growth. As you all hear in the TV, Mr. Narendra Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister, says, from 10th we have become the 5th largest economy, and now we are poised for the 3rd largest economy. And you are going to be a part of it. You are going to contribute to that development of the economy. So you are lucky in that way. And you are lucky because when we were chartered accountants and students, we were told we are the second largest accounting body in the world. Now you must know we are the biggest accounting body in the world. So that's the difference, that's the luck which you are getting. There was no brand building. People were not knowing what is chartered accountant, but it was considered to be a very important. CA, I still remember if the after BCom, if the boy was not sure what he's doing, he would join articles. एक चीज पक्का था, कोई भी पूछता था बेटा क्या कर रहा है, तो CA कर रहा है. CA हो ना हो, उसको लड़की जरूर मिल जाती थी. मार्केट में वैल्यू बहुत बढ़ जाती थी कि CA कर रहा है. Because people were not knowing how tough is the course, when he will become CA, whether he will become CA or not at all. But now things are different. You are lucky. You all of you know sure that once you have entered, you are definitely going to cross the tunnel one day. For some it may be 3 years, for some it may be more than 3 years. But people know what the course is, people know what the syllabus is. And that's what very important. But important is today's topic. Cultivating a growth mindset, embracing challenges and learning. Now, what is cultivating a growth mindset? See, all of you, either you are in intermediate, those who have clear foundation, or those who are in the final, you all know that it's a matter of time. If not 2024, 25, you are going to be a chartered accountant. And then what? You are 8 lakh students. When I was president in 2007, listen carefully, 2007 when I was president, total number of CA were 1,50,000. 1949 to 2007, only 1,50,000. 2007 to 2023, we are now 4,50,000. 3 lakh CA in 16 years, and only 1,50,000 CAs in 50 years. That's the difference. Demand is growing. Demand is growing. Your value is increasing. You are being searched. I need a chartered accountant. There were days, I still remember when I spoke some time back, that there are chartered accountants are coming and asking, where is the job? I need a job. People were coming for 20,000, 25,000 rupees job. And they had to go from office to office and place to place. And now it is reverse. Our chartered accountant firms are in search of chartered accountant. Mil nahi rahe CA. Big industries, big firms, big entrepreneurs, startups don't get chartered accountants. That is the demand. And that's why I say you are lucky. But for that, you have to reach up to the expectations of the entity where you are going to work, or for the client for which you are going to provide services. And for that, what? By passing exams, by attending tuition classes and not going to office, maybe you will pass the exams. But will you be one of the best CA? Will you be a top CA where people will be in the queue instead of you standing in the queue for employment or a job? That's the difference, and that's where the focus should be. That concentrate and do something which others are not doing. You know that famous sentence that what successful people do? They don't do different things. They do things differently. So you are also, all of you are doing CA. But only few will be reaching at the top because they will be doing things differently. And what is that? And that is thinking out of box, thinking differently, acting differently, and working differently. Don't do what others are doing. Decide, fix up your aim, what I want to be. I want to be top in international taxation. I want to be top in fraud and investigation. You know, India is going to be one of the biggest employer for the chartered accountants who are exporting frauds. And why? Because so many frauds are happening because of online trading and online transactions in banks and financial institutions. Besides the frauds, every day, earlier there were news coming in the newspaper that there are murders, there are rapes, and there are such bad incidents. Now open the newspaper, every day you will find out one news of cheating on fraud online. And who can find and detect them? Chartered accountants. There are a number of such areas. You can be expert on SAP, you can be expert on computer, you can be expert on international auditing standards. You have to decide and take a call what I want to be. So my most important call to all of you is think out of box. Think differently, act differently, don't do what others are doing, and decide your aim and goal. Yes, I want to do this. Let me give you an example which I've been giving for many years, how CA can be different than others. You know, I forgot the name of the company, a very big company from USA wanted a CEO for his Indian enterprise. So he gave the advertisement in India that I want professional who can be in charge as chief executive officer of my multi-million-dollar company which I'm going to open in India. So advertisement was given, thousands of applications came, basic scrutiny was done, from various states, various people were selected. Then final interview came, 1,000 people were there. From 1,000, various final scrutiny were done, interviews were done, hundreds were selected. From 100, the CEO from that company came to India, and he took interview of those 100, and finally 3 people were selected. One was MBA, another was a doctor, and the third one was chartered accountant. All 3 were top. And he was confused that from these 3, whom shall I select? So he asked various questions to all 3 of them. And all 3 of them were so intelligent, they answered them very nicely, perfectly. And so he was confused that now how should I select the best? So he thought, let me ask a practical question. So he asked all 3 of them that imagine that you are selected as a CEO of this company, and I'm giving you a car of a Mercedes-Benz, convertible, 2-seater, and from this Oberoi Hotel where the interview was there in Bombay, you are driving your car at Marine Drive, Queen's Necklace, and suddenly it starts raining. And at a bus stop, you see 3 people asking for the lift. So you slow down your car and see. You see one old lady who needs immediate hospitalization. She is asking for the lift. Another is your very close friend who helped you a lot during your school and college time by which you could reach this level. And the third is a beautiful girl. You were looking at her in the school and college. She was never looking at you. And now she is asking the lift. What will you do? Remember, you have only 1 seat in your car. It's a 2-seater car. To whom will you give the lift? The first turn came of the doctor. And he said, sir, I'm from a very noble profession. We have been taught that patient is like God. So obviously, I will give the lift to that old lady. And he thought I have given a very good answer. Fine. The same question was asked to the second person, MBA. Mane baddu avde. You know MBA with respect to Professor Bhagat. So he said, well, sir, we have learned in MBA, whatever we are today is because of the friend. Had my friend not been there, I would have not been here. So I'll give lift to my friend. Because only because of him I could get the Mercedes. And then the turn came of a chartered accountant. You know what did he say? Very simple. Sir, I'll get down from the car, give the key to my friend and tell him, please take the lady to hospital. Come to my house tomorrow, we'll have coffee. I will go hand in hand with my girlfriend in the rain. That is out of box thinking. You must think, lift to sab denge, main kya karta hu, jisse mera lift ho jaye. So that's very important. So that's what I want you to be. Well, friend, having said that, now how to be such an outstanding out-of-box chartered accountant among such a lot of 8 lakh students, and every year so many other students joining the course. You know, we have a huge Herculean task at the council. And let me tell you, Mangesh Kinare and Purushottam Khandelwal and others are working day in and day out. Don't think that Central Council member position is a status pride. They are on an average spending 15 to 20 days a month exclusively for chartered accountants and chartered accountant students. The Board of Studies, which is exclusively meant for students, is the one which have maximum meetings and maximum contribution from chartered accountants, from council members. So you must understand and appreciate the importance of branch, importance of regional council members, and importance of central council members. And you must aim that if these people are doing this much service for my noble profession, I also should in turn reciprocate and reach to their expectations. And what are those? As I said, let me just mention what was the point in mind. What to do now? First and foremost, take a call. Moment you become a chartered accountant, what is next? See, I know there are people and there are students who are coming from a very lower class family, poor family, lower middle class family. For them, moment you get degree and start earning the salary is priority. And with respect and all modesty, I would say, yes, they must do that. Because their parents made them CA and spend money to see that my son or daughter become CA and start earning for me. So for those students, it's fine. But for all those others whose parents are not keen that start earning salary, think what you want to do. Just don't go to the campus interview and stand in the queue and get the job. Decide what you want to do. Are there other courses? Are there other options? Are there additional degrees available? Asking me, the best combination in the world is CA from Institute and MBA from India. If you are combination of CA of ICAI and MBA from any good institute of India, you are one of the best professionals in the world. That's what the aim should be. You can do simultaneously law and be expert in tribunals and high courts fighting income tax cases. And as I said, there are 11 other courses done by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for various branches where you can think and bring your expertise in that and become master in that. So instead of becoming jack of all, there are many young CAs, when I meet them, what I do? Sir, everything. I do GST, I do tax audit, I do internal audit, I do statutory audit. And then he's master in none. But there are chartered accountants in Ahmedabad who say, what do you do? Say, I only do consolidation of accounts. Means, there are many CAs who have holding company and subsidy companies, but they don't know how to do consolidation. And there is a chartered accountant which is exclusively on this. I met a chartered accountant, I said, what do you do? I said, I'm in M&A. I was wondering whether he's talking a name of some sweet or toffee. He said, no, sir, I'm in merger and acquisition. I'm only doing merger and acquisition. Private limited companies, LLP and companies joining, and he's giving his expert advice in that. So, go to Google, go to Institute website, and see various options. Go to various other websites and see what kind of demand are there for different kinds of chartered accountants and where you can obtain the expertise. And select that. Don't be in rush to earn. Be hardworking to get at the top. And that's what I always say, whether you go to Katra, to go to Vaishnav Devi, or even to go to Everest at downstairs, there is always a lot of rush at the ground floor. But at the top, there are hardly few people. And you only know when you reach top, what a wonderful world you can see from the top. So you have to keep the eye and aim to reach at the top and not move around at the bottom. Immediate and easy earning was the second. Select specific area and top in that. And there are a lot of places to do various kinds of learning. So forget your classes where you are learning for your CA exams. But even after becoming CA, Institute is undertaking various courses and classes. Join them. Learn additional, acquire additional knowledge. And if that is happening, you will be in a position to be outstanding chartered accountant. Be very clear. Don't be driven away by any rumors or information from any friend or colleague that there are no demands. There's tremendous demand. And let me tell you one more important thing. The best thing that had happened. Earlier, just 20 years before, there was not much value of Indian chartered accountants abroad. क्या है ICAI from India? ठीक है. And now, oh wow, chartered accountant from India, ICAI, come immediately. 16 countries in the world have done MRA, Mutual Recognition Agreement with India. If you are willing to go abroad, you will be paid fantastic salary, fantastic remuneration, tremendous scope for practice also if you settle down and have some more patience. Indian chartered accountants, as of today, are considered to be the best. And why I say so? Ask any CA who is appearing in CPA of USA or CA exam of Canada. He cannot fail. एक दफे ICAI का CA कर दिया, आप कोई भी एग्जाम में फेल नहीं हो सकते हो. That is the toughness of our course. And that's the confidence you will get. So keep your mind open. Tell your parents that don't expect me to be with you. Yes, they are my parents. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. You have to serve them. You have to reach to their expectations. But if you have brother and sister in the family, there are some other people to take care of your parents. Take a plunge. Take a decision. I don't want to work in India. I want to go abroad. And tremendous demand, tremendous respect, tremendous money. If your friend will meet you after 10 years, when you will come back to India, you will be driving that two-seater convertible Mercedes, and that friend might be at the bus stop. That will be the difference. So you have to think that, yes, I want to go. I don't mind going to Middle East. I don't mind going to Canada, Australia, UK, Africa. There are so many countries where Indian chartered accountants have tremendous respect and tremendous demand. So that's what I wanted to tell you. At the end, let me tell you, take your articleship also very seriously. I think more than 150 articles from my office are here. And if you meet them in the lunch, ask them how strict we are for their 35 hours in a week. Don't be happy that I wanted to work 15 hours in my CA's office in a week. Or even if I don't go for the entire week, my CA, my employer does not bother. This is the time when you will learn the real ABC of becoming a chartered accountant. So don't compromise on the training. That's very, very important. And therefore, let me at the end give you an example of these three professionals, the doctor, the MBA, and the chartered accountant. MBA, Mr. Gupta is not there. He was not an MBA from Ahmedabad. So he was not a successful MBA, so he did law, and he became a lawyer. So the doctor, the lawyer, and the chartered accountant all did the practice, all grew. They made roaring practice. They all became billionaire. And they were in touch every 5-10 years, how things are fine. So after 40 years, when they all crossed 51, they decided to meet on 31st December. Tomorrow is 31st December. So they said, let us meet on 31st December. Gift City was not open at that time, so they decided to go to Mumbai. So all three of them went to Mumbai and went to a very posh 5-star hotel, had best of the drinks, best of the food, and because each one was at the top, each one forced another, so all were very high. And then they all three decided, let's go for a drive. So chartered accountant was driving, lawyer was sitting on the front, and the other friend was sitting on the back. And they were in great mood. And they drove so fast that they banged the car. Big accident. And all three of them died. All three of them died. But all three of them being great professionals, they straight went to heaven. And said, yes, now we are in the heaven. And there, as you know, Chitragut was there. Said, wait, let me check your records. You just can't enter into heaven like that. So first you open the ledger of a doctor. Oh, you were getting commission from the chemist. Oh my God, you were sending for the test to pathology which was not required. Oh my God, you had done the operation when it was possible to do the treatment by medicine. Oh, instead of left brain, you open the right brain. 10 minor offense, 10 bigger offense. So go to hell for 10 years, and then I'll shift it to heaven. So fine. Then came the turn of a lawyer. So his ledger was also open. Oh, wow. You prepared a bogus affidavit from that Telgi stamp paper? Oh my God, you created a bogus evidence and saw that a real murderer gets scot-free? Oh, in the divorce case, you shared the money with the party? So many offense, 10 minor offense, 10 serious offense. So you also go to hell for 10 years, and then we'll shift to heaven. Because you are all good professionals. Then the turn came of the chartered accountant. So his record was also open. Oh my God, you saw 10 movies during your articleship. You accepted the audit without communicating to the previous auditor. Oh my God, you did the 3CD report without even looking at the books of account. Books were not there and you certified. Oh, you did not observe Ind AS, you did not observe auditing standard. So many defaults, 10 minor offense, 10 major offense. Go to hell for 7 years, and then I shift it to the to the heaven. So doctor and lawyer, as per his habit, so objection, my lord. 10 years to me, 10 years to doctor, same offense by CA, and why 7 years to him? He said he has done 3 years articles. So that experience of hell you must undergo when you are doing your articles. Don't feel I have to reach at 10 and I cannot leave before 6. Don't feel I have to do totaling, I have to do ledger posting. Now computers are there, softwares are there, things have become easy. But please work full 35 hours in a week. If it is 37, feel happy. If it is 45, feel happy. But if its length is 30, tell your employer, sir, कुछ और काम दो, मुझे सीखना है. That should be the spirit. And if you do that, none of these 10 offenses, minor or major, you will ever do in your life. And I don't want you to do that. And only those who don't do can go to regional council, can go to central council, and can become the president. The most important value in the life for a chartered accountant is strict adherence to the code of ethics. काम नहीं मिलता है, कोई बात नहीं, wait करो. अच्छी salary नहीं मिलती है, don't worry, have patience. But don't compromise. Don't compromise on ethics. Today we are proudly saying this is the noble profession. This is the best institute in the world. This is the largest institute in the world. Why? Because we hammer every student and every chartered accountant, please adhere to your code of ethics. You know, in England, when we were students, a chartered accountant was punished by the Institute of England and Wales for traveling in the train without ticket. Can you imagine? He traveled in the train without ticket, and the institute said, you are a chartered accountant. How can you travel without ticket? And see, now youngsters are, boss, after without ticket, no problem. You take pride in that. Please don't do that. Let your friends do. Let your doctor friend, your lawyer friend, your MBA friend do. But not you as a chartered accountant. Biggest value, biggest respect that I and we and you all are earning and will earn is by strict adherence to the code of ethics. So not only be a chartered accountant, be a good chartered accountant, and be a best chartered accountant, friends. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
What an amazing, amazing words it was. A big thank you to our incredible speaker for sharing such inspiring and insightful words today. Your expertise has truly enriched this session. Now I would like to request CA Sunil Singhvi sir to come upon the dais and CA Mangesh Kinar sir to present memento and bouquet to CA Sunil Talati sir. Huge round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. Now I'd like to request to call upon Mr. Piyush Kumar Borisia, Treasurer of Ahmedabad branch of WICASA, ICAI, for vote of thanks.
What a wonderful session it was. Good morning, guys. So, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our eminent speaker for today's session, the dashing personality we have, and the former President of ICAI, CA Sunil Talati sir, and Professor Anil Gupta sir. Who just shared the valuable perspectives and experience. Thank you, sir, for always guiding us and taking us to the right path. We are grateful to have your blessing here. And let's carry forward the spirit of resilience and continuous learning from today's session. And thank you for being such an attentive audience. Jai Hind, Jai ICI.